Okay, so in this short video, I wanted to do a bit of a reality check on what personal trainers can expect to earn per annum here in the UK. Now, before I get into talking about this and sharing with you 3 levels I think you should be aiming for, let's just step back and do a bit of a reality check first of all. Now, if you've been on social media at all, you may well have seen claims from different business coaches, mentors, gurus, telling personal trainers that they can earn 10k a month, 20k a month, 6 figures per annum. Now, whilst I'm sure people are doing that and significantly more, most personal trainers are not going to be able to achieve that level of income anytime soon. That's just the reality of it. The other reality is most people that get into personal training are not coming from jobs or careers or businesses, generally speaking, where they're earning £10,000 a month, £20,000 a month, or 6 figures per annum. And I mention that because you need to understand, and hopefully you do, to be able to generate that sort of income does require a certain level of mentality to earn that sort of money, because you'd have to have really good service, really good sales, really good marketing, really good systems in place to be able to aspire to those sorts of levels. And that does take some time to put together. So this is the reality of business. And again, just go and Google occupations that pay that sort of money, 10k a month, and the figures I mentioned earlier, and you'll see these people are highly skilled. Now, we as personal trainers are highly skilled, but what we tend to lack, certainly it was in my case anyway, and certainly the trainers I've worked with, is a little bit of the mindset to begin with and the business skills to go along with it to hit those upper levels in terms of 10k, 20k and 6 figures. But it is doable. So I just wanted to sort of give you that as a starting point. The second thing I want to say is, the last time I checked, the average income in the UK for a personal trainer per annum was about 18 to 20,000 pounds per year. Now, clearly some people are going to be earning significantly more than that, and some people are going to be significantly below that. And the people that tend to be significantly below that are trainers who are not poor at personal training, they just tend to be poor at the business side of things. That's what's let them down more often than not, and they find themselves going back to their previous occupation. So that's just a little bit of the background, a bit of the reality check. Let me just share with you now 3 targets that you may want to consider going for, and these were certainly 3 targets that I used for myself when I started out as a personal trainer. So the first target I was going for was to be able to match my previous income doing the same hours. So I wanted to be on exactly the same money, and I didn't want to be working any more hours. And there was a point where I was working slightly more hours than I was in my previous job, because when you run your own business, it's not a 9 to 5, you do tend to put in a little bit extra. But I eventually got it to a point whereby I'd matched my income and the hours were the same. So I did achieve that. That was my first goal. And I would suggest to you that is a really solid foundational piece to go from. The next goal I wanted to go for was to be able to still do the same hours but exceed my previous income. So same hours but exceed my previous income. That was goal number 2. And then goal number 3 was to be able to exceed my previous income but drop my hours down. So I was doing less hours than I was in my original job but getting paid more. So I think if you could use those 3 things as targets for yourself, I think that's going to help you to keep your feet on the ground, keep everything real, and then from that standpoint, if you are at a point where you've got to earning more than you did previously, working less hours, the chances are you've started to develop the mindset and the business skills to be able to scale that to a level where you want to take it to. Whether that's 5k a month, 10k a month, 6 figures a year, whatever it is, you have now got the skill set that can be developed to help you get to those high echelon types of figures that you often see bandied about by these coach mentors and gurus. So this is just my personal take on it. If you're listening to this and you think, Eric, that's BS. I know people that have done 10k in 6 weeks. As I said, I'm sure people have done that, but for the vast majority of personal trainers out there, that is not going to be the reality. For the vast majority of personal trainers, if you went for those 3 targets that I've just mentioned, you are going to be in a pretty good place. Hopefully you found that of some use. If you'd like any sort of deeper training, in particular on how to go about shifting from selling blocks of 10 personal training sessions, if that's what you're currently doing, and you want to be a little bit more of a specialist in the fat loss arena, where you can start selling your service more as a monthly recurring income, below this video there'll be a link to some free training. You can click on the link, it'll take you to a page. There's no opt-in, you can just arrive there, click on it and watch it, and if you enjoy it, fantastic, and if you don't, you can just stop it and leave. But if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. Always happy to sort of connect and answer questions, and if I've got it within my gift, I'll happily do so and produce a video to answer anything you ask me. Until my next one, take very good care and bye for now.